Glenn Clark Radio, talking about the sports you do and don't know, both within and surrounding Baltimore. Don't ask him about preseason games, oh no, stuffing things in Griffin Basso. Despite it being on the internet, he can call it what he wants, so Glenn Clark Radio, Glenn Clark Radio, Glenn Clark Radio. Duke sucks.
Well, and hello again from the Circa Stadium Swim at the Circa in downtown Las Vegas, where my voice has not fully rejoined me. I am straining, but we are championing through. That's the effort. That's the spirit you need in a week in Las Vegas. Is play like a champion today.
Yeah, we're lucky to have you. Yeah.
I think that this will go down similar to the Jordan flu game, if I'm being honest. I just think that's
this Wednesday edition of
this particular show, Griffin, will go down in the history, in the annals of history.
Well,
just go with it.
okay,
Just go with
all
it.
right.
I think it will go down as one of the greatest performances in the history of broadcasting. One, voice has been gone. Two, someone forced me to do alcohol last night.
Well,
Excuse me?
I'm saying you had no choice whatsoever.
No, I was forced to do alcohol.
You had to do alcohol. Is that your first time
Yes.
doing alcohol?
It's my first time in a while. Well, doing alcohol like that, yes. Three, I'm just very distracted by Naomi Osaka on a giant screen to my left playing tennis. And so the expectation of me doing a show seems outlandish. And yet, that's what I'm going to do. Now, I'm not comfortable with the term hero, but I could understand why you might choose to say it. So, if you'd like to make a donation to the Glenn Clark Lost a Lot of Money in Las Vegas Fund, then...
I mean, it sounds like it was still your choice to go to Las Vegas. So...
Ish.
Okay, you're saying it was...
I've had a great week. Last day in Vegas today. Be back in studio tomorrow, which is no offense, very disappointing.
Wow.
No offense.
We
offense,
can't
though.
wait to have you back here. Me and everybody here. And
yeah, no offense. I hate it. No offense. I would rather die than be back in studio. No offense.
Jeez.
Just no offense.
I feel like I should.
Right?
I feel like that does. I don't know that. I feel like
Look,
that's
man,
a little offensive.
no offense. I would rather crawl over shards of glass than be in studio with you. But no offense, man. Like, just it's not about. It's not a lot about you. So one of the things that I would say about a week in Vegas is you do realize quickly how things get away from you. It's why typically weekend better than week in Vegas. But that is kind of the nice part about a place like this, a place like Stadium Swim, is you can lose like 6 hours of your day just hanging out in the pool, in the cabanas, day beds, watching the games. That's what I was doing yesterday with the Orioles games, watching tennis. And in those moments, lesser amounts of damage that can be done. Now, there's still plenty of options. There's still literally tables right down here in front of me. You can still do sports. The sports book also has kiosks out here. There's still lots of damage that can be done. But as I've said a few times, this is amazing. I've enjoyed every moment of it. if you are thinking about coming out to Vegas either for like the first week of football season or when Maryland plays in the Players Era Festival, I could not encourage you enough to check out the Circa, to check out Stadium Swim. Incredible, incredible place. Now, I had an evening last night. I did do some alcohol. Not, I would say I'm not proud of my efforts because we also recorded the SummerSlam preview issue of Jobbing Out. And apparently I passed out before we finished recording the episode. There have been allegations made that I was asleep while we were discussing day 2 matches from SummerSlam.
What are the day 2 matches? Like maybe is this
John Cena, Cody Rhodes.
You're not excited for John Cena, Cody Rhodes?
I don't think that had to do with it. I think
you ran out of gas.
I did try. You know what I hadn't had before was we were talking about the green tea shots the other day.
Yeah, fun.
Had a few green tea. Now here's the fun thing about them ordering a shot. As we hung out at both the Legacy Room here at the Circa last night, then we ended up at the D. And Griffin, as you know, I love the D.
I do know that.
We ended up at the D playing a game called Sigma Derby, which is an old school Vegas game. I put a picture of it up that you could share. It's an old school Vegas game you're betting on a fake horse race, but it's not like what you'll see where, like, the lottery, I think, like some of the video game. It's not a video. It's actual mechanical horses racing around the track. And I had so much fun. I lost only a reasonable amount of money playing Sigma Derby because your money stretches playing Sigma Derby. But man, did I have fun playing. And one green tea shot turned into another. The night got away from me. And at the D, when you order a green tea shot, what you get is not really a shot. You get more like a glass. And then, I was shooting anyway. Yeah, that was Sigma Derby, baby. Look at those horses mechanically moving around that track.
Got it. And it's not rigged.
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, what are we doing here? I don't know what's rigged and what isn't. Yeah, what are you, the cops?
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know what this is. Like, I'm not familiar with this, so I'm trying to figure out, like, how do you just pick your horse?
It's randomized.
Oh, okay.
So
right. you think?
Yeah. Well, they tell you what the odds are for each. But what you do is you have to bet a combo. You bet the 1 and the 2.
Got it.
So the win and the place.
You're trying to get a.
So you bet 1-2 or 1-3 or 1-4 or 1-5 or 2-3, 2-4, and so on and so forth. So they tell you what the odds are for that combination before the race, and you decide based on nothing whether you want to bet a favorite or more of a long shot. And what is the point of winning a 2-1 favorite in Sigma Derby?
Winning? I don't know.
Why are you doing that? That doesn't even feel like a win. So I was betting a lot of, anytime there was a 200-1 that came up, I was definitely on that horse. I was absolutely on that horse. Believe it or not, none of them hit.
Okay. Yeah,
none of them hit. It felt like hour plus that I was playing Sigma Derby last night. Good night. I got a little In-N-Out burger last night, did a little double animal style, just good all around. Could not have had more fun, could not have had a better time. Also, speaking of could not have had more fun and could not have had a better time.
Wow, just a tremendous picture of your burger. I mean, yeah, you got it all in
there. Yeah, there you go. That was a late.
You're a photographer. You're a photographer, that's for sure.
That's for sure. That is for sure. I was also, again, about 27 green teas into my evening at that point. So I don't need the judgment from you. What do they say? The man in the... Are you out here? Are you going through it? No.
Yeah, going through it, right.
I'm the man in the arena. That's what you're questioning. This is like the idiots that get on the internet and question professional athletes. You know what I mean? Like, that's what this is. You're the one. I'm the hero. I'm the one out here fighting through, playing like a champion, and here you are questioning me? Questioning me?
Yeah.
Just as bad. You're just as bad as the losers. What do you do next? Question Tyler O'Neill?
Yeah, I mean, what, he went over 4 in the second game. So
it's lame. Loser.
Does he even
Nothing
care?
to offer. Orioles take a doubleheader from the Blue Jays yesterday. Can we go to the board?
Yes.
Can we show everybody the board? Man of the match is brought to you by Game Day Men's Health in Owings Mills, Frederick, and Columbia. As two men of the match from yesterday, you may or may not be able to tell. Who's the first picture?
That's Brandon Young. The picture is before he cut his hair. So, yeah.
Okay.
Should I have cut his hair like with my scissors?
Maybe you should have gone that route. Two men of the match from yesterday. The first game, the man of the match, Ramon Arias. There were so many choices. They won 16-4. How many choices could there have been? A lot of people arguing for Tyler O'Neill because he hit the go-ahead home run. Understand the argument. That's when they got separation. Ramon Arias hit 2 home runs on a day where they scored 1 million runs. Ramon Arias ends up speaking for the team. Ramon Arias is man of the match for Game 1. And Game 2, Brandon Young goes 6 innings, allows just 2 runs, 8 base runners. Not a brilliant performance, but given that it was Brandon Young, given that it was your 27th man getting called up for 1 game of a doubleheader, certainly more than you could have asked for and was much needed to keep the Orioles in that game and give them a chance. Ultimately, Adley Rutschman coming through, of course, had the big block earlier in the game, and then gets the game-winning RBI double in the bottom of the 8th as the Orioles sweep the doubleheader. So big day for the Birds. Combine that with a tweet from one Jim Bowden that I think caught a few people by surprise yesterday. Jim Bowden, of course, a former MLB GM, a friend of the program, a man who's doing basically everything at the moment in media, CBS Sports, MLB Network Radio, and Sirius XM, The Athletic. And Jim Bowden tweets out yesterday, the Orioles have received solid returns for their first 2 trades. Now, this was before the Sir Anthony Dominguez trade that made it 3. They're now focused on moving the rest of their expiring contracts. And, of course, they obviously did that with one of them in Sir Anthony Dominguez. But he added Rhino Herm, Cedric Mullins, and Charlie Morton. But they are also involved with controllable starters and could be buyers if they match up with the likes of Ryan Gore, so Joe Ryan, Mackenzie Gore, Alcantara, Cabrera, etc. They are doing due diligence. I did start to hear from some people yesterday who said, hey, does a 5-game winning streak ahead of the trade deadline change anything? And my quick answer is no. Alas, they traded Sir Anthony Dominguez yesterday, right? Like, they're going to trade their pending free agents. I would continue to say, with the one potential exception being Zach Eflin, because that is more dependent on what the return would be. They're going to get what they can get for those guys. Yes.
Are you cool if I call Drew?
You can call Drew. I don't think he's going to have anything to add to this conversation, but we'll call him anyway. They're going to trade those guys. That's what's going to happen. Are they going to trade Dean Kramer, Trevor Rogers? I don't know that they ever were. You know, obviously before Felix Bautista got hurt, we had talked about that. I don't think they were ever going to trade those guys. I think they were compelling conversations, but I never thought it likely that those guys were going to get traded. So we separate that. I don't think it changes anything. We had talked a lot earlier in the year about the possibility of going both ways, if you will. That you do trade away your pending free agents, but also you're going to need starting pitching next year. So if one of these controllable starting pitchers was available at a price, then there's no real difference between acquiring them at the deadline now or acquiring them in the offseason. If you want to say, hey, maybe you're not as dead as you thought you were in the race for the final wild card spot, fine, say that. Do I think it's happening? Genuinely, no. Even if it were, do I think that this team can win a World Series? Absolutely not. But if you're acquiring controllable starting pitching and in that 1 in a million chance, you end up back in the conversation, good and good. You got to get starting pitching at some point. Somehow, some way, you need front-end rotation starting pitching if you're going to compete next year. So if they look at the price for Mackenzie Gore, they look at the price for Joe Ryan, they say this works for us, I'm fine with it. I am, but they still have more to do. Orioles will play one more game coming up here in about an hour to wrap up the series with the Blue Jays. It is a Wednesday. I'm not in studio today, and this man I was actually hoping would randomly show up at 10 o'clock, like, where is everybody? Drew'sMorningDish.com, 105.7 The Fan. Drew Forrester, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
I thought it was football season.
What do you mean you thought it was football season? The Orioles have won 5 straight, baby. Life is good. We're winning the Super Bowl.
Just like I told you they would.
Just like you
They're
told
not
us.
out of it.
They're not.
I'm telling you, they're not out of it. They're not out of it.
You don't actually believe that.
I 100% believe that. I really do. That they can win. Whatever that magic number is, and I think it's 86 because it's been 86 3 of the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
They can win 86 games. They just got to play really good baseball.
Right.
But that's what they've just been doing.
I understand that. And look, if they're going to score runs,
and I like the team.
Yeah, you like. Since when? When did that start? By the way, when did you decide you were going to like the team?
1963, like my Terps.
Just like your Terps. Just like them. Just like them. All right, what's on your mind? What's going on in your world?
Not a whole lot. I'm looking at Coastal Highway, and if I turn my back, I can see the ocean. And I just want to take my dog out for a walk. My dog had another life. Something happened to my dog on 139th Street in Ocean City. It won't go out for a walk.
Wait, so you stay somewhere where you can take your dog with you?
Yes.
Well, that's kind of
It won't go for a walk.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a you problem. That's not really a me problem necessarily.
This dog is an insane problem. It won't go out into the neighborhood to walk.
Do you have a good Vegas story from any point in your life?
Yeah, but it's probably mirrors the same one that everybody else has, right? We were there probably. It's not quite the Hangover, but it's, of the same ilk. Went there when we were in the soccer business. Won't reveal the names of these guys because they are still among us.
Just say Stan Stamenkovich already. Just say
no. He's not with us anymore. So but these guys, 5 or 6 guys went out, and me and who then was the trainer also went out, but not with them. But it wound up, how it is. You're on the strip. You're in this place. You're in that place. All of a sudden, you see somebody like, hey, I know you. I flew on the same plane as you 4 hours ago. And guy reaches in, no wallet. Wallet's gone. And, had been hanging around a young, friendly lady who got touchy-feely. And the next thing you know, she leaves, and so does his wallet.
And he thought she really liked him, too. He was sure that she really liked him. I don't know how much I can tell the story. We went out on Sunday night, and
I think he had like $700 on him.
Oh God!
So, yeah, which in 1985, $700 is a lot of money today, but in 1985 that was a lot of money.
Yeah, you're basically a millionaire at that point. We went out on Sunday night, but we came back in early because I had to come over here and do the show on Monday morning.
Why are you there, by the way?
Why am I here? Because I wanted to hang out at the Circa at Stadium Swim for a few days. Because with all due respect. And with no offense, it was better than hanging out in studio with you. I mean,
it's 110 degrees.
Yeah, it's warm. Oh, because it's downright pleasant in Baltimore this week.
Well, right.
Because, by the way, how red does my face look on this screen? I don't know if that's my actual. I don't know if I'm sunburnt or just the lighting in here, but
it doesn't look too bad.
Face...
I think because since you're wearing a red shirt, I think that kind of offsets.
Oh, you think it adds to it?
Yeah.
So we came back and did not stay out as late as everybody else did that was with this group. We heard a story about a young man, and I won't say anything that would be a detail, a young man who was part of the group who maybe the police had to be called because they thought he might have perished.
Oh, gosh.
And may have maxed out his credit card and disappeared, phone off. No one could get in touch with him. The police had to get involved. This is, and when I say young man, I mean this is someone right out of college whose like parents were frantic, and when I heard the story afterwards, I genuinely felt bad, but I didn't know what was going on at the time. But a reminder that perhaps this might not be a place for the 21-year-olds. This might not.
Yeah, it is not. It is not a place for rookies.
Yeah, like maybe if you're going to take a job in Vegas, 27 is a good time to start thinking about taking a job in Las Vegas, and not before then. That might be the case.
Well, does it have a good ending? Did they find him?
Yes, everything's good. He's okay. Everything is all right. Everything is all right. All right, give me your.
What's my only good Vegas story?
Your real thoughts. What happens between now and tomorrow? Do they actually, like Jim Bowden says, do they get aggressive? Do they go after a pitcher, or there's just no way that makes sense? It's going to be lame. They're going to trade away Cedric Mullins and Ryan O'Hearn. That's going to be it.
I don't know, man. I mean, I have this weird feeling if they were gonna trade O'Hearn and Mullins, they would have traded them already. Like, are they in the lineup today? I haven't seen the lineup. Are they in the lineup today? Griffin.
They are.
They're both in the lineup. Okay. I just don't see. Now I get it. They traded Dominguez yesterday while he was taking a leak, but I just don't see how they make a deal in the next day that they haven't already made. So I don't think they're doing anything. Period.
Yeah, I disagree strongly.
Like what? Okay, yeah. I mean, what are they going to give up for Gore? They got to give up Mayo. They got to give up someone like that, right? Kowser.
Oh yeah,
they're not doing that.
Correct. I don't know what Kowser's value is at the moment, to be honest with you. I don't even know if that.
Okay, but he fits the profile of someone that they're not giving up the catcher. They're not giving up Beavers.
Yes, they're not
giving up any of those.
Sure.
Right. They're just not giving up those guys. Like, why would they do that? They've cultivated this.
They have to have pitching. They have to.
Okay, but I hear you, but they're not giving up those guys to get Gore. They might give up somebody to get, and not even know who this is when I say this. Last year they didn't give up much to get Zach Eflin. So maybe that's somebody that they go get. Somebody's Zach Eflin. And again, I don't know who that is. It might have been Eric Fetty, but he I'm just using that name, like someone of that ilk. But again, he just got traded for the second time in 12 months. Like that, That's not the answer either. I think that I think Elias is saying, I got this dude coming back here in another couple of weeks, Bradish. I got Wells coming back. Rodriguez is done, obviously. He won't even pitch next year. May never pitch again, really. But these other guys, I got them coming back. I got Rogers looking like, second coming to Clayton Kershaw. I got Morton, unless something weird happens and he goes terrible, great, and then terrible again.
They're trading Morton. He's not staying.
I guess. I mean, but they got to do it by tomorrow.
Right, but that's normally when these deals happen. Like this isn't.
Well, a bunch of them have happened this week without that happening.
I understand, but like those are still that's the abnormality. Normally, you wait as long as you possibly can to see if somebody else steps into the fray in order to get more. Like I get it.
And I also feel like it would be totally different now. Dominguez yesterday is the outlier to this comment because they had won 4 in a row at that point. But I also wonder if Elias doesn't drive into work today and say, man, I don't know if I want to break this up right now.
Yeah,
Problem is, you got to break it up right now.
This is a weird conversation where that would be reckless. And given Mike Elias's history, remember where they were in 2022.
But you're not getting a lot for these guys either.
They're getting
honest.
Next to nothing for these guys, but these guys aren't changing anything. They're not helping you do something.
Well, O'Hearn is.
Yeah. Oh, okay. O'Hearn.
And Mullins has been okay here in the last 3 weeks or so. Once he figured out he was getting traded. I don't know, man. I just feel like I feel like they're gonna just sort of do what they've done. Maybe you might be right. Maybe they get rid of Morton and they get something for him, and then that's kind of it. I just don't see them moving these guys on. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Obviously, I mean, you got Mountcastle coming back. What are you going to do with Mayo? Now you're going to stick him back on the bench. He's just now started to look like something
he has
even.
To play. Which, by the way, is part of the reason why they're going to trade O'Hearn. Like, they're going to trade O'Hearn because this doesn't make sense. There's no sense to holding on. And I love Ryan O'Hearn. I think Ryan O'Hearn's great. We're also overvaluing Ryan O'Hearn. Ryan O'Hearn had a
bit,
really great stretch to start the season, but he's not
Right.
a great hitter. He's a good
Is
hitter.
there-
He's a professional
Right.
hitter.
Is there any way at all they could ship Mountcastle out?
Who's taking Ryan Mountcastle? Right, like
somebody that the Orioles say we'll give you Morton and Mountcastle,
just to get Mountcastle off of our hands.
Yeah, and you give us A instead of B. We were going to get B if we just gave you Morton. We'll give you Morton and Mountcastle. Now you give us A.
Maybe. I don't know how much value Ryan Mountcastle has. Genuinely, I don't know that teams look at Ryan Mountcastle and say it's the eternal thing that I always say.
Do they play against Toronto at all?
Yeah, correct. That would be helpful, right? It's the thing I
right.
said about Trey Mancini. It's the thing I'll say about Ryan O'Hearn right now, that even for as good of a season as Ryan O'Hearn's having, he's still a positionless bat. That's what he is. And every team has those guys. Like, nobody's looking for, but he plays a really high-level defensive first base. Nobody cares about that. That's a plus if you get that, but nobody is out there saying we need a better defensive first baseman. That team doesn't exist. So could you get someone to take on Ryan Mountcastle and say, it's just not going to work for us here? Sure. But are you getting something for that? I don't know. I don't see that.
Right.
Doug. I don't see it.
Well, I'm going with one thing happens between now and tomorrow, and it's eyewash. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I think that's most
Keegan
likely.
Aiken. Maybe it's,
Well, I say that's most. I think there's more than one thing happening. I would be stunned if we get to tomorrow the deadline and Cedric Mullins or Ryan O'Hearn or Charlie Morton is still on this team. And
well, when they do that, though, that's a sign from Elias that they're giving up, right?
A little bit.
I mean, it's a sign. I shouldn't say that. It's a sign that he doesn't care what happens.
The story isn't this season, right? Like the Detroit Tigers did this a year ago and ended up making the playoffs anyway. Like to them,
well, Milwaukee traded away guys, and they do it all the time.
Correct. Right. His argument would be, we're not trading from the core. The core is going to be what determines how far we go this year. We're not trading from that core. We're trading the peripheral guys. And if the core gets things together, the Orioles this year and next year will be determined by Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, Jordan Westberg, Jackson Holliday, Colton Cowser, right? And do they have enough pitching? And at the moment, my guess is,
but yes,
right. I don't think they have enough pitching to sustain this. This has been a fun week, but I don't think this is the sign of, in my heart of hearts, I don't think this is the sign of a team that's ready to make a huge second half charge, because
they also called Toronto at the optimum time.
Correct.
They had just won 13 of 15. It's always going to balance out. They were coming into a little bit of a summer bandbox. Oriole bats got hot. O'Neill out of nowhere, again, he's going to go 2 for 21 next week, and he'll be right back to where he was, and then he'll be on the IR again. So they did kind of enter a little bit of a perfect storm. Blue Jays were susceptible, to some sort of a drop off.
100%, no doubt about it. What do you think about Isaiah Likely?
I think it's likely that he's unlikely to play for a while.
I was waiting for that. Thank you, pal.
And that's what I would say. It's likely, unlikely.
I needed
that he'll be likely anytime soon.
I needed that. I really, truly needed that.
That's actually a pretty good one. It's likely that he's unlikely to be likely anytime soon.
You doing the show this Sunday?
You got to admit.
Yeah.
Is this Sunday? Yes, August the 3rd. I am doing the show.
You're doing the show 4 to 6.
It's a big week. Big week on the tour.
What? I don't even know what is this week.
Big week. Well, this is it. This is the last week you can get points to finish in the top 70.
Oh, that's huge.
And yeah, I mean, it is huge I wrote about it this morning. Like, there's some pretty significant names. So the way they changed this over the last 2 years is, if you're outside of the top 70, if you're inside the top 70, you have your full tour card for the next year. You can play in all the signature events.
All
you can play it. You're an A-level PGA Tour player. If you finish 70 to 100, you get in everything but the signature events. And then there are a few ways during the season next year for you to get into the signature events. So, like, I'll use Adam Scott. He's 85th right now. He's got a lot of work to do to get inside the top 70. If he finishes 81st, then next January he wins the, I don't even know what that, he wins in the Sony, which is not a signature event. He then becomes eligible for the signature events. So there's still a way for him to get in. But you got guys like Adam Scott, Gary Woodland, Tom Kim, Max Homa, all outside the top 70. And then you got guys inside the top 70, but very close to 70, like Fowler and Finau. And if they don't play well this weekend, they could be out. It's
Dunsky.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting. From a golf nerd standpoint, it's interesting to see.
By the way, Griffin has a new chant that he's doing for Max Homa. Do you want to tell Drew? Let's see how this goes.
Yeah. And you got to join in once you get it, Drew. It's let's go, Max. You're the best golfer alive. Let's go, Max. You're the best golfer alive. Let's go, Max.
You didn't join in on that. That was cool. Weird.
What? But he's 110th on the points list.
Well, yeah, he's the best, 100%.
All
right, Drew Forrester, Drew Smart.
He's the best golfer alive, Drew.
Fair. What's it called? What's the show called? Fairways and
Greens. What'd you think about the gambling thing?
I'm stunned. I'm shocked. I can't believe. I mean,
Vegas is in disarray.
Like, I'm glad they find these things. Yeah, I am. I'm glad that they're finding these things.
You think those guys? So you would assume those guys are both guilty?
I don't know. But it's really weird that you would say that someone has to be out for over a month and you're just investigating. Like, it's a very weird bit that this isn't discipline, but he's got to be out for at least a month. That's a very strange thing to do if there isn't a whole lot of smoke that he's involved in something. That would seem quite odd. Why wouldn't you just say he's going to be out until we can finish the investigation, which might take a week, and then he could return? Why would you announce ahead of time he's going to be out for more than a month?
Yeah, the two Ortiz pitches, I don't know if you've seen them yet. They were very, very suspect.
Yeah, Griffin's been showing them to me. He's been in the rabbit hole. I got to go. We got a guest joining us out here. I love you.
Oh, good. Go have fun. See ya.
See you, buddy. That's Drew Forrester, drewsmorningdish.com, 105.7 The Fan. Appreciate him hopping on with us. Yeah, we got a special guest that's joining us out here in Vegas. Someone who calls this place his home after previously calling Baltimore his home. Joe Unitas. You know him. You certainly know his dad. He's going to join us next. It is a Wednesday edition of Glenn Clark Radio.
Driving in Maryland? Did you know an Easy Pass from driveeasymd.com can save you time and money? Of course you did, because you are a thrifty driver. An antenna reads your Easy Pass transponder and automatically deducts the toll from your Easy Pass account. There, you just saved money with Easy Pass, all without slowing or receiving a notice in the mail. Well done, thrifty driver, well done. Get your Easy Pass at driveeasymd.com.
Baltimore's Classic 5 golf courses make golf fun and affordable. All 5 local courses, Pine Ridge, Mount Pleasant, Forest Park, Carroll Park, and Clifton Park, are challenging and fun for players of all skill levels. Book your tee time today at classic5golf.com.
This August, give your game day an upgrade at Live Casino. Enter to win an ultimate football package. We're giving away over $50,000 in game-changing prizes on Friday, August 29th. Earn entries daily for your chance to score a 100-inch TV, a state-of-the-art soundbar, and so much more. Don't sit on the sidelines. Make your play at Live Casino at Erndale Mills. Must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Gambling can be a fun and entertaining experience, but there are risks involved. If you're planning on betting on the game at the casino or on your phone or computer, know your limit, stay within it. Set a budget and a time to stop. Remember, gambling isn't a financial solution, and it doesn't mix well with alcohol or drugs. Know the risks and have a plan before you begin gambling. For free and confidential services, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org.
The latest edition of Press Box is available now. On the cover, we celebrate the first ever Baltimore basketball player to reach the Naismith Hall of Fame as we talk to those who knew Carmelo Anthony best about how his Baltimore upbringing shaped his legendary career. Also inside, Bo Smoke profiles Ravens second-round pick Mike Green, and find our annual summer travel section with information on some of the best sporting events and activities in Maryland that your family can check out all summer long. Press Box is available for free at over 500 locations throughout the region, including 60 Royal Farm stores. Or you can read the entire issue online at PressBoxOnline.com, where you can also find great betting advice and the best daily coverage of the Orioles, Ravens, and Terps.
Feeling sluggish, unfocused, or not like yourself? It could be low testosterone. At Game Day Men's Health, we specialize in testosterone replacement therapy to help men boost energy, improve mood, and regain confidence. Our treatments, including testosterone cypionate, are safe, natural, and tailored to fit your lifestyle with weekly injections or pellet therapy. Get started today with a free testosterone test and feel the difference. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Game Day Men's Health, where men reclaim their game.
Contrary to what some people believe, I actually like this guy when he sleeps. Glenn Clark, talking sports.
Back in here on GCR live from Stadium Swim at the Circa in Las Vegas. Today's show also brought to you by County Sports Zone, countysports.zone. Everything you need to know as we get ready for the start of high school football season here in just a couple of weeks. You can find it at countysports.zone. It's proudly sponsored by your local Toyota dealer and buyatoyota.com. And someone who knows a thing or two about high school football in Baltimore, because he played high school football in Baltimore. He's an author. His book, Unitas to Unitas, was named Pressbox's best book of 2024. He is Joe Unitas. He's a local, and he has joined us here at Stadium Swim this morning out here in Las Vegas. Joe, it's great to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure. Great to be here.
I
got lucky getting
dude,
to come out here.
It's
your wife and kids.
Without the wife. As you can tell, my wife is thrilled. Is thrilled that I'm out here in Vegas. So is our producer, Griffin. As you can see, he's really been enjoying me being out in Vegas and him living vicariously. He's really enjoyed that this week. That's meant a lot.
There's
to
nothing.
him.
Yeah, there's nothing I'd rather more than this.
Yeah,
watch
nothing
Glenn
better.
Out in,
nothing better
out in
than
Vegas.
watching someone else enjoy Vegas all week. Nothing better than that.
He owes you big, Griffin.
Yeah,
right.
that's right. That's right.
I don't know him a thing. Joe, first of all, for those that don't know the story, you wrote about it in Unitas to Unitas, how you ended up out here, how Vegas became your home.
Yeah, after going back to Maryland for 3 years, right, was trying to get on with the Ravens. It didn't work out. My wife is from Long Beach, California. She wasn't crazy about Baltimore. Go figure.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about that.
But I loved it out west, and if Mama's not happy, nobody's happy. So
the happy wife, happy life. Which again, right now I don't have a happy life.
We came here, and we're just started our 18th year living here.
Wow, man! And so you got out here and said, I can deal with 112 degrees. I can deal with the miserable heat that you experience in the summer.
You only get it a few, maybe 2-3 weeks out of the whole summer. Other than that, it's pretty good. As long as I don't have to shovel snow or jump on a tractor and plow it.
There is
like
that.
I had to do at the farm.
There is that.
I'm good.
Joe said to me when I called him yesterday, he said, man, you really picked the right week to be out here. And I said, everyone has said that to me. It was, I looked at the dashboard temperature yesterday. It said 110. And I know that was in the car. Like, I understand it wasn't. But my God, it's hot. So
well, down here on the strip, it does get hot just because of all the concrete and the metal in the buildings. But I live off the strip, 20 minutes away, so it's about a 10-degree difference.
And that makes all the difference.
And then you get a nice little breeze. It's all good.
You were telling me, so I'm going to be on VEASAN later today at 5. It's 5 after the Orioles game. I'll be on VEASAN at 5 o'clock. And, of course, Brent Musburger was the one who founded VEASAN. You were telling me, so everybody associates Brent Musburger with Vegas. He was like the first broadcaster that ever openly alluded to betting within broadcasts. Like, boy, that's going to be an interesting touchdown for some folks. Like, that was the legendary Brent Musburger thing. You were telling me a great story about your dad and Brent Musburger yesterday.
Yeah, in '85, when the Bears went to the Super Bowl, the wild card weekend, my dad got invited up to New York to be on the CBS show with Brent.
The NFL Today.
And, yep. And Jimmy
the Greek.
was there.
Yeah.
Jim McMahon, who was kind of my guy at that time.
Okay.
You know, the Colts got taken.
Right. There was no football team in Baltimore. Okay. I got to have you hold the microphone right up there.
So I didn't have a team, but so Jim kind of became my guy.
Okay.
Right. So then he was there the same weekend and got to spend all Sunday with him.
Cool. Oh, that's
hanging out,
cool.
and got to meet Brent and all the guys on the show. And, we had lunch and it was incredible.
That's
so I
cool.
was 11 hanging out with my, football guy, Jim. And he was just, he was as nice as could be. Not that character that everybody sees.
He was everybody's favorite to either love or hate. Like one way or the other, you had an opinion about Jim McMahon.
Well, my dad, he's always been known to be very direct.
Correct.
He actually said to Jim, he's like, "What the hell are you doing?
This is too much."
And Jim told my dad, he's like, "John, that's not me." He's like, "But all this media, all these people, they want to pay me to be like that. I know my football career is going to end sometime. This is to set my family up for as long as I can."
Oh, that's cool.
So my dad was like, "Well, I can totally respect that. Have at it, buddy."
I can see that. That sounds right from your dad, though, that like he would just roll his eyes at all of Jim McMahon's antics. Like, do you find yourself as you monitor sports thinking like, my dad would hate this guy? My dad would. Do you find yourself like with certain personalities,
Yeah, I mean, even I see some of it. I'm like, that's stupid. What are we doing? Get back in the huddle. It was a first down.
I've talked to you about this before. The things that you do in your life because again, the entire book, Unitas to Unitas, and Griffin will link it up on our Twitter account again at Glenn Clark Radio for those that haven't picked it up yet. But it's about the lessons that you learned from your dad and how they shaped your life.
100%.
The ways in which you are most like your father, the things in your life where you find yourself most saying, "Oh, I know I do that," because I'll give you an example. I was talking yesterday. My father, a few years ago, stopped eating bread, lost some weight. I said, I don't know if this works or if it's complete phooey, but my dad did it and it worked. So I'm just going to stop eating bread. Like, I'm just going to do it because my father did it. I know that's the reason why I do it. I put a hot sauce on everything, on rice, because I watched my father when I was growing up do it. And I just wanted to be like my dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
The things that you are most like your father, the ways you are most like him.
Very direct.
Yeah.
Like I have a hard time biting my tongue.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. But and it will get me in trouble from time to time. But he always said, "Listen, be honest, tell the truth. If they don't like it, that's their problem."
So when we finish, you're gonna say, "Glenn, this didn't go well. I didn't think this was good." You'd be willing to say that to me directly.
If it sucked, I'd tell you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I got to do that to Griffin sometimes. I just got to say today was a failure. It's okay. It doesn't mean you're a failure.
We're not on our A game every day of the week. Things happen.
This means today's a failure. The book, I told you everything. I loved. We talked a lot about the party story. It's my favorite story in the book. I'm telling you that I know the movie doesn't line up with that time frame, but you have to find a way somehow to incorporate it because it's everyone would love that scene in the everyone loves that moment in the book. They would love that scene in a movie,
right?
If it were to work out that way. As you've had people read the book, can I assume that you've had more and more stories that other people have wanted to share with you about how your dad impacted them and things that they do in their own lives?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, a lot of the people that were there in those experiences with me, have remembrances of my dad and how he was, and they. Just like I didn't look him as Johnny, they didn't either. Right? It was just Mr. Unitas to them, but how he kind of carried himself, and that's always stood out to most people. It's like, man, he was like a superstar, but he was so humble, and that's impacted my friends. That's impacted me when I'm out there doing things. How kind of level keel, but yeah, I think everybody that I was pretty good friends with have a lot of respect for him and enjoyed the time they got to be around him.
Joe Unitas is with us out here in Vegas. It is a Wednesday edition of Glenn Clark Radio. Joe, you bring that up. I think everybody in Baltimore always loved the parallels between he and Brooks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that there was it just felt like there were no two humans that were more meant to be friends with each other and be in the same city at the same time than he and Brooks. What did that relationship mean to you? And how real was it that like these guys were just very much the same kind of guys?
Yeah, they absolutely were. That, and again, Brooks was just, again, not the baseball guy. He was just a family friend, and we would go over to his house right there off Seminary and Delaney Valley a long time ago. And then the one thing I did realize when I was a little kid, when you get in there and see like all 16 Gold Gloves,
right?
Like, wow,
they're all there. That is a lot.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, right. That's not bad. That's not bad.
But you know what's so funny? You bring up their friendship. They were getting mistaken for one another all the time.
No.
So one time, my dad was on a plane coming back from, I think it was from Florida, and the guy sitting across the aisle from him was going, Brooks. My dad just ignored him. He's like, Brooks. And he said like a third time, my dad looked and goes, are you talking to me? He's like, yeah, you're Brooks Robinson. Like, no, I'm not Brooks Robinson. He's like, yeah, you are. I said, no, I'm not. He goes, yes, you are. I was just at Fantasy Cap like a month ago with you. And he's like, sorry, you got me mistaken. And he goes, the guy goes, let me see your license. So my dad pulled out his license and showed it to him. He goes, oh, I'll be damned, you're not. And handed it back to him.
He realized he was meeting John Unitas?
I don't think so.
Oh, my God.
Maybe he didn't know who Johnny Unitas was.
This is insane. Imagine being the guy that was talking to Johnny Unitas on a plane and literally saw his driver's license and then just said, I was wrong. My bad. Carry on with your day.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't a football fan.
That's unbelievable. That's a great story. That's tremendous. That guy somewhere, somebody, he said, I can't believe it. He's telling that story another way someday. And he's like, turns out it was just some guy named John Unitas. Like,
yeah.
That's tremendous. What is the latest on the movie?
Still, we're doing two things simultaneously. One, trying to get a director. We just had another call about a week ago with a director to see if they'll read the script and consider it. And then I had a call 2 days ago about trying to get the money.
Is it like, I know how much, because it's been forever, right?
Yes.
Like, I know that this has been an ongoing process for you, and I know how much frustration has been. And again, it's something that you write about within the book. I get the sense you're not abandoning it. There will never be a day where you say, this is just not happening. Like, it's something you truly want, a story you truly want to tell. And I think, for those that don't know about your history in filmmaking and in Hollywood, it's something that you really, no matter what, you want to do at some point, however long it takes.
Yeah, until I die.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe it falls apart.
All right, then Griffin's in charge after that, I think, is the way that it works. Then Griffin has to take over the responsibility.
Yeah, no, well, we're going to work hard to get it done. I mean, it's tough to raise $30 million.
Right. I've got $5. I'm willing to give you. Cool. I would have had more, but I played Sigma Derby last night, and yeah, I don't. I'll give you the $5 that I've got left though for the week. I'm willing to do that.
I told you when I saw you were here, just leave a lot of money. I keep my
it helps, right? So you don't have to pay income. That's, by the way, what a good deal that is out here.
Yeah,
what a good deal that is out here. I got to look into that. It's something that. I know carrying your father's legacy, how important it is for you, right? And there are, the people that are Griffin's age. I didn't know your dad, the football player. I told you before. I knew your dad, the larger than life, but yet everyman figure within our community that would just show up at events and, oh my God, Johnny Unitas is here, and the man that would make my father cry when he would see him, right? I know that version of your dad. But there are people that don't even know that version of your dad. The significance of that you want to continue to have young people know your father's story and how truly amazing it was, because we think of your dad, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, but someone like Griffin might not know how improbable it was from where he was as a college player and bouncing around that he became, the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, he was nobody. He got cut multiple times. Was always told you're too small. You can't do it. You'll get hurt. You should find something else to do. And just having that single-mindedness, that no-quit attitude to just keep pushing forward no matter what the naysayers said to get it done. And we're hearing a lot of this with trying to get the movie done. Oh, it's a sports film. They don't make money. You need this, you need that. Oh, it's a good story, but I don't care what you say. We're going to get it done.
Yeah.
Because we've had enough people read the script at very high levels within studios and streaming platforms that, hey, we love this story. We want to do it, but you got to go bring us a director
This is gonna
of worth.
This is gonna sound
that
silly.
we can attach somebody to, and then we're good.
Joe, I'm gonna guess there's a lot of Baltimore sports fans that would say, "How can we help? We'd like to see this. How can we help? Is there a way to, I don't know, like let people own a tenth, a millionth percentage of the movie somehow?" Like,
Well, we did a crowdfunding thing years
Okay.
ago that didn't generate a ton of money.
Okay.
But I mean, we're talking about, like I said, $30 million.
No, I get it. Making a movie is not, yeah, right.
From a budget standpoint, so nobody has that just laying.
Well, I
laying
mean,
around.
give me another couple
Some
of
people
give
do.
me another couple weeks in Vegas and let's see how this goes. I got to hit one of those 200 to ones over at Sigma Derby.
But yeah, I get it, and it's a big ask. It does take time, but oh well, that's fine. We'll just keep working and plugging away. Again, I'm encouraged by all the feedback we have. We know the script is really, really good, and it's a story that resonates with a ton of people. And the thing is, it's not really about football. Right? There's elements of football in there that help push the story forward, but it's more about him and the adversity and his family and all the support he had from him to get to that ultimate goal of getting to play in the NFL.
Joe, I'm going to ask you a question. I hope I'm not leading you. I genuinely just want your opinion. You don't have to agree with me about this topic, right? I, on behalf of my father, get very offended whenever I see the Indianapolis Colts do a throwback weekend or share out marketing that invokes the history of the Baltimore Colts. It bothers me. I feel this way. I'm an Orioles fan. I don't want the St. Louis Browns can keep their hit. You know what I mean? Like I'm glad that the Baltimore Ravens didn't have to bring the Cleveland Browns history with them. It's not ours. It doesn't mean anything to us. So I see the way that my dad feels, and I'm bothered for him. Like I was tiny when the Colts left. I don't have memories of the Colts, but I'm bothered on his behalf that this isn't right. How do you feel when you see that type of stuff? Does it still bother you to this day? Is it, well, I'm glad my father's being celebrated somewhere? Like, how do you handle that?
No, I don't like it either.
Okay.
My dad didn't.
Yeah.
When they went to Indianapolis.
No, I know. He never associated.
He didn't have anything to do with them. The old man who took him there was a complete ass.
Right.
It sounds like Jim, who unfortunately just passed away, he was a complete opposite. So that's nice to hear. But yeah, he didn't play there.
Right.
He told the Hall of Fame, take my stuff out. I'm not associated with Indianapolis.
Correct.
So yeah, it's crazy that they keep putting him up there. I guess they have a right to, but everybody knows he was.
It feels like a knife twist every time. It just feels like you're doing. Who are you doing this for? You're trying to take advantage of someone else's. You're just twisting the knife in the process.
I personally think the NFL, like Commissioner Goodell, should put in a rule. If you move your team, go ahead and take them.
You don't
leave the team name, the logo, and everything with the city.
Oh, it couldn't have worked out better.
The best thing, one of the best things Mr. Modell did.
100%, right? Like everything about the history of that franchise is, and I've said before, like now obviously they're not. It's never going to be the Baltimore Colts again. We know that, right?
Yeah.
But the history and the records, that part of it belongs here. We know that, right?
Can you imagine having to cheer for those god-awful uniforms from Cleveland?
They suck.
And they just made them even worse a week ago.
They're so bad. The guy falling into the...
That was hilarious.
It was just very poignant for the Cleveland Browns franchise.
I got a lot of buddies that live in the Ohio area, and
Yeah.
I saw that. I just sent that in a text to him. I was like, you gotta be kidding.
Yeah, this is this organization in a nutshell.
Exactly.
This is exactly what you have in this organization.
I had a very tough time cheering for orange and brown.
Oh, it's gross. Like when you go to the stadium, you just look around and say, this is an eyesore.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing nice about this. How excited are you about South Carolina this year? Lenore Sells is that guy.
Yeah, Lenoris is amazing. You know what the development that he made,
Yeah.
it kind of reminds me of Lamar.
Yeah.
over
Okay.
the years.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Like the very first game that South Carolina played last year, Lenoris couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh boy. this kid's an athlete. We're going to have some trouble. But then every week he started getting better and better, making plays with his legs, but he started throwing the ball a heck of a lot better. And then I'm sure he worked his butt off this offseason based off what I've seen, Coach Beamer talking about. So, yeah, I'm excited for the team.
That kid.
They got a lot to replace on defense.
Right.
I think, they have like 4 or 5 guys that got drafted off that defense. So we'll see.
Including
I'm excited about it, though, for sure.
Nick Emanwari, the safety, who I was really kind of hoping was going to end up in Baltimore. But we're very happy.
We'll be okay.
Yeah, Malachi Starks is a nice player. He's a very nice player. I am not angry about
I'm excited to see him and Hamilton playing together.
No doubt. And the way that they'll use those two as sort of chess pieces and move them around the field should be very compelling. I am bullish. Everybody out here keeps asking me, right? Like everywhere I've gone this week. Everybody's been saying, hey, like, is this finally I'm like, I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet, but I certainly know they have the roster to do it. I certainly know they have the players. Isaiah Likely is going to be out for the rest of the preseason, but hopefully he'll be back to start the regular season. They've got the horses to do it. I don't know why they didn't do it the last couple of years.
It's football, man.
Right? Like, it's the way that it works.
Ball bounces crazy ways sometimes. They're stacked for it. Now you just got to go out and do it on the field. I love it, that and just Lamar's presence there and how relaxed he is, I think is huge. He's an amazing leader. He's such a team guy. I remember when he first got to Baltimore, I was talking to Kevin Byrne.
Yeah.
And I was like, Kevin, how's this Lamar kid? He's like, oh, my God. He's like, you'd love him.
Yep.
Your dad would love him. He's humble as can be and works his butt off.
And it's the cool synergy of the Louisville thing. It's just a really cool, like, the idea that the next great Baltimore quarterback was going to be another Louisville guy.
Well, actually, before we get done, I'll show you a picture.
Okay.
An artist.
Oh, did both of them?
My dad.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
Can we share it? Is
Yeah,
that all
absolutely.
right? I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. That's really meaningful, the way that
Not my
worked out.
artwork.
Yeah, sure. They send it to you. Right? Do you know who it was? We'll give them credit.
I don't know.
All right.
It was one of those things that just shows up on your phone one day.
That's cool. That's really, really cool. All right. Unitas is the book.
Yep.
Available. Again, we linked it up on our Twitter account at Glenn Clark Radio for everybody that hasn't checked it out yet. It's wonderful. It's a genuinely, I've told you before, because I'm a father now, like that, it hits me in different ways. Like that what we're doing, our kids see, and they're watching us, and we need to be cognizant of that and the way that impacts us. So the father-son aspect of it definitely hit me in different ways, but just the stories. And as you know, we could do this. I could blow off the rest of the show and just have you tell stories about your dad, and there would be a large percentage of the audience that would say, yeah, that's better. Like, that's better than whatever you're going to do with your time. Right. I truly mean it when I say I love the book. Joe,
well, thank you very much.
I love the book.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys giving me the word. I didn't know about that. And then somebody showed it to me. I was like, oh, look at that.
Yeah. We do an annual best of issue for Pressbox, and it was our best book of 2024. And
was there only one book written last year?
No, I think there were more. I think there were a few options. I'm telling you, it was that. And I will be very honest with people about there are certain books that the author asks to have on, and I say, okay, one time I'll do that. And then we don't talk about it again because it disappointed me in a way. This has not been the case. I think this is the third time we've had you on to talk about the book because it's very genuine. I think it's a wonderful read for Baltimore sports fans. For people that obviously don't care about Baltimore, I still think there's a lot of life lessons in there that are genuine.
Well, that goes back to, like I told you at the beginning when you always said, just be honest and truthful.
Yep.
So those stories are all legit.
I love everything about it. Joe, is there anything else we can plug for you, man?
No, I think we're good.
Oh, Joe,
we can find somebody who wants to give $30 million. We'll take
if
it.
you have $30 million that you can donate to making this movie happen, what do they get out of it? They could be executive producer. They could be executive producer,
and they'd have ownership of the film.
Ownership of the film for a cool $30 million. Griffin failed. We were trying to put together a $100,000 syndicate because the Circa has this Grandissimo contest. It's like a football survivor game that they do. He was working on that. He failed. He did not get us up to $100,000. Griffin, this is a more worthy cause.
For sure.
This is the Johnny Unitas movie. Can you start working on the syndicate to put together to get us the $30 million?
I'll match your $5.
So Griffin and I are both in for $5. So you're $10 closer right now to that mark. Think about that. $10 closer, Joe.
And then There's a lot of couches out here by the pool. We can
go rummage through 100%. And this is Vegas, so Lord knows what might be in those.
A couple $100.
There might be chips everywhere down there. We will go start working on that right now. Joe, really appreciate you coming out to hang out with us today.
It's my pleasure.
It's great to see
Thanks for
you.
inviting me. I'm glad you came out and have enjoyed yourself.
I've had a great time.
You got a laundry list of stuff to do when you get home.
Laundry list. I might not be allowed to go anywhere ever again. We're getting ready for they have the Orioles game on the screen again here, Griffin. It's so wonderful.
Yeah.
This could not be any better. So we're getting ready for that, but we're also going to talk some Orioles with Dave Johnson, who of course was in the booth last night and was with the team in Cleveland last week. So we will find out what he thinks about what this looks like for the next couple of days when we come back in. We are live at Stadium Swim at the Circa in downtown Las Vegas. It is a Wednesday edition of Glenn Clark Radio.
For fans of the Costas Inn, and who isn't, I have some great news. Now there's a second location to go along with 4100 North Point Boulevard. This one is at the Timonium OTB. This is Stan the Fan, and I have been a fan of the Costas Inn and Triantafyllos family for going on 30 years. They're open for lunch and dinner, same great Costas feel, same great menu and quality food you've been enjoying for well over 50 years. The exact address on your GPS is 2200 York Road, and their phone number at the new location is 667-406-1970. If you're new to the Costas experience, get ready for a real treat. All wrapped up in a new spacious dining room in Timonium at the OTB. If you want steamed crabs, you have them, and the full menu at 4100 North Point Boulevard. The number for reservations there at Costas, 410-477-1975.
This August, the PGA Tour's best are coming to Maryland. The 2025 BMW Championship tees off August 12th through 17th at Caves Valley Golf Club in Owings Mills. See the top 50 players battle it out in the penultimate event of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Don't miss your chance to witness world-class golf, fan experiences, and unforgettable moments. Tickets are on sale now at bmwchampionship.com. The BMW Championship, where legends take the lead.
This August, give your game day an upgrade at Live Casino. Enter to win an ultimate football package. We're giving away over $50,000 in game-changing prizes on Friday, August 29th. Earn entries daily for your chance to score a 100-inch TV, a state-of-the-art soundbar, and so much more. Don't sit on the sidelines. Make your play at Live Casino at Erndale Mills. Must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Driving in Maryland? Did you know an Easy Pass from driveeasymd.com can save you time and money? Of course you did, because you are a thrifty driver. An antenna reads your Easy Pass transponder and automatically deducts the toll from your Easy Pass account. Learn more at driveeasymd.com.
Gambling can be a fun and entertaining experience, but there are risks involved. If you're planning on betting on the game at the casino or on your phone or computer, know your limit, stay within it. Set a budget and a time to stop. Remember, gambling isn't a financial solution, and it doesn't mix well with alcohol or drugs. Know the risks and have a plan before you begin gambling. For free and confidential services, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org.
Want to improve your golf game or learn to play for the first time? The Baltimore Golf Academy has fun, instructional programs for the beginner golfer to everyday players. The Baltimore Golf Academy can take your game to the next level. Enroll today at baltimoregolfacademy.com.
Whether your focus is luxury and comfort, convenience and technologically advanced connectivity, or sporty performance and aggressive styling, we've got the perfect Highlander for you. Check out buyatoyota.com for deals on new Highlanders from your local Toyota dealer today.
Coming back in here with Glenn and the other guy, Garrett, whatever his name is. You know who they are.
Sorry, I was just having this great conversation out here with Joe Unitas, and I appreciate him coming out to join us out here at the Circa in Las Vegas. Hey, we're skipping Would You Rather Wednesday this week just because I'm out here and it's too much for me and I don't have that. We'll get back to it next week. I promise it's not going away just this week because I'm out here and literally because I have to hold the mic, I don't have the ability to also type at the same time. So it was just a bit much for me to get all that posted.
I feel like you're just making excuses.
Oh, stop it. We'll get back to Would You Rather Wednesday next week. Orioles getting underway with the Blue Jays this afternoon, trying to make it 6 straight. As I keep saying, I don't think it's going to change anything about what happens today or tomorrow trade-wise, but it is interesting how they measure that and how they handle it. We will find out what that means moving forward. A couple of things. Oh, thank you, Joe. I didn't realize they brought us some waters. It's very nice of them. It gets warm quick. Like I get out here at 8 a.m. I'm like, oh, it's great. And then by like 10, I'm like,
John and Little Rock's not having it. He said he would. You're right there. Yeah.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
I just it's gonna look like something else.
Did you just? Did you squirt there? It was
all right. Easy over there. Easy over there.
He said he'd take the Vegas heat 100 times more than humidity anywhere else. So
stop it. That easy for him to say.
He's also
easy.
He's also coming after you. He said the lettuce burger weak.
Oh, first of all, the point of getting the double animal style at In-N-Out is to get the animal style part of it. That part does not require the bun to make a difference in the experience of the burger. I want to hear it from you. And I've actually eaten some bread when I've been out here this week. I actually have. That's a straight shoot that I've we went to Naked City Pizza the other day. I think that's what it's called, Naked City. Is that I don't remember what it's like the well-known pizza joint in Vegas. And I ate like regular pizza. I didn't get like a cauliflower crust. I got now they do the sheet style pizza. What do they call that?
Not like
it's like the pizza they do in Buffalo, and I can't think of what it's called.
No,
I don't. I'm blanking on it now. That's not Roman style, right? That's Detroit. What do they do in Buffalo? What's the pizza style? Because that's what they did at this place. And I ate the bread. I did the whole thing. It was great. It was wonderful. I just realized that Joe's wearing an awesome Memorial Stadium T-shirt too. I don't know if that was caught on the camera. Hang on, I gotta get a picture of your shirt. That's dope. That is really cool. Oh, hang on. It was about to take a picture of me. That wouldn't be helpful. That's a perfect shirt. That is tremendous. But yeah, I've eaten bread out here. I just didn't eat bread last night at In-N-Out. That's all. I just got a protein style, animal style burger, and it was wonderful, and I appreciate it.
I'm just reporting back what the folks are saying. You know,
ask John if he's in to donate towards making the Unitas movie. That's the important part. That's the important part. What's he got chipping in to make the movie happen? We continue along. If you haven't picked up the print issue of Press Box yet, it is available now for free at your neighborhood Royal Farms and at the hundreds of locations around town where you find Press Box. You can read it all at PressBoxOnline.com. Carmelo Anthony is on the cover as we celebrate Baltimore's first ever basketball Hall of Famer. He'll be inducted later on this summer. Great story from those that knew Melo from his time in Baltimore about how our city shaped his Hall of Fame career. It's also our annual summer travel issue, so go pick up that print issue of Press Box today for free at your neighborhood Royal Farms. Joining us now here on GCR, usually you hear from his son here on the program. In fact, Steve was texting me this morning about, Griffin, have you seen the announcement? They're doing Oreo-flavored Reese's and Reese's-flavored Oreos.
I did see that.
Steve and I were having a bit of a back and forth about this morning, and I don't blame him. But he also spent some time working with my son Graham a couple weeks ago, trying desperately to help him improve. One of my favorites, a man who would rather be on a golf course but has been doing a good job pitching in and helping out with the Orioles broadcast recently. Former Orioles pitcher Dave Johnson with us this morning here on GCR. Dave, what's going on, sir? How are you?
I'm just great, Glenn. How are you doing?
I'm out in Vegas, man. Life couldn't be better for me. Like, I am broadcasting live from a pool. Like,
okay.
What else could I ask for in life?
It's got to be hot, right?
Oh, yeah, it's hot, but you were out playing golf this morning. I don't think it was pleasant.
That's all right.
Did you play Mountain Branch today? Where'd you play?
Yeah, Mountain Branch.
What time do you go out to try to avoid the weather?
We went out. It's usually right around 8 o'clock.
Okay, so it's not that bad, I guess, at that point, right? Like,
no, if we get out early enough to, we get done around 11:30, so it's before it gets really kind of crazy hot.
Yeah, miserable. What's the hottest that you ever pitched in your life, Dave?
I don't know. Obviously we didn't have the technology back then. I just remember that, in July and August, walking off the mound in the 4th or 5th inning, my hands would be cramping up. I got my fingers against the side of my leg as I'm walking off the mound, where my hands are cramping up so bad, and then I would walk in and get a drink, guzzle down about a half a can of Coke and half a candy bar, not realizing that that's not really what you're supposed to be drinking.
That was the go-to. The go-to was a can of Coke and a candy bar. deal with it.
Yeah, and that's like in the fourth inning. It's like I'm like, man, I'm thirsty, and like for whatever reason, my body just doesn't tolerate water well. Like even now, I can't drink water. I have to drink. It's got to be flavored with something like the hydration stuff.
I use that. I do it all the time. I put the Propel water packets in.
Yeah, I can't drink regular water. It's just, if I take a swig or two, it sits on my stomach and it just feels awful.
Man,
it's crazy.
Yeah, celebrities, they're just like us. That's what I just learned in this moment. Hey, thank you for spending time with my son. And I appreciate everything. And I told Steve, he in his baseball championship game this year, in the ninth, he led off I guess it was the seventh inning was the final inning of the game. They were down 3-1, and they were playing a team of ringers. Like they were playing the travel team, right? And he led off and blasted a double to right center field. And that same night that you were working with him on pitching, Steve was working with him on going the opposite way. And I was so mad that I didn't get a video in order to be able to send, because it was like I've been waiting for this moment, this breakthrough the entire time. So I greatly appreciate the work that you all been putting in with him up there.
Well, it's always fun when you have the kids that come in, they want to kind of, they seem like they want to get better, and you can give them some pointers. But back in the day, we wish we had somebody that was teaching me how to do different things. You just kind of figured it out on your own. Steve was kind of at the point where it's like I didn't really teach him very much. He just kind of knew what to do. I don't know how, but he just kind of did.
Why don't you just take credit for it? What are you doing? Just say
really
you taught him everything.
Look, Steve and I talk a lot about it. He's like, Dad, we didn't really have practices a lot. And I don't remember he said I used to hit on my solo hitter. They had a ball that was attached to 2 or 3 different flexible rubber band string. And he says I used to hit on that solo hitter all the time, and I'd throw the ball up against the wall. He says, I'm like, yeah. I said, well, it was just kind of natural for you. It was just for whatever reason, it just kind of was easy for you.
Man,
it's just not usually that way for most people.
Man, and it's a great story, obviously, of with Steve grinding and making his way through. And I know it was very similar to your own story, and so it's one of my favorites in Baltimore sports history. Dave Johnson with us here on GCR. All right, so Dave, I know they didn't score a ton of runs last night, but they obviously got a big win. How much do we buy into this right now, this 5-game win streak? How much is this, the sign of a team that was dealing with injuries, that finally got all their core offensive players together again, versus, yeah, but it's still a team that maybe doesn't have quite enough pitching, and you're going to win 5 games in a row at some point? What do we make of this moment right now?
I think you hit on it to where, look, you look at the linup's a lot closer to what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And they haven't had that for a very large portion of this season. So you got to put 4 or 5 runs on the board. And if you don't have your guys, you're not going to put 4 or 5 runs on the board. So therefore, if you're pitching, and by the way, when you start the rotation and you're missing 3/5 of your rotation, you're not going to be very good. That's just the way it is. And there's teams that can maybe bring up a guy out of the minors, or maybe their 6th or 7th guy that they were looking to have filter in the rotation throughout the course of the year, help out and maybe do well. And they filter 3 or 4 of those guys through before they find that guy who can be your 5th starter. But the Orioles were down to 2 starters, and it's just really difficult to go out there and compete when you just don't have 5 starters, let alone they only had probably 2.
So do you change your plans based on this, right? Do you reconsider whether you move Cedric Mullins, Ryan O'Hearn in the next couple of days, because you believe maybe you're still 7 games back of a playoff spot, but do you believe that maybe there's a chance, or do you still have to maybe keep business as usual at this point, and you can't alter significant plans just because of a short win streak?
Well, that is the toughest thing that I think the organization has to deal with. That, wait a minute, do we really want to, I don't want to say give up on the season, because you got other guys that are going to fill those spots, whether it's guys you bring up out of the minors or guys you trade for, or, whatever. You're not going to just quit. You're not just going to say, oh, the season's over. Guys, especially the guys in the lineup, everybody's fighting for their spot next year. They're fighting for a contract next year. It drives me crazy when people say, oh, they've just thrown in the towel. I've never known a player in my life to throw in the towel, because every time you go out there, who wants to go out there and not perform well? Who wants to embarrass themselves? That just doesn't even make any sense to me from a former professional player. I mean, hell, if I was just an amateur player, I wouldn't want to throw in the towel and just embarrass myself and go out there and not care.
Mm-hmm.
So the organization has put themselves in maybe a little bit tougher spot because of the fact that, yeah, you know what, they're 8 out of 10 and another 6-game winning streak out of going, we're 2 back with a month and a half to go of the wild card. So, yeah, I guess they have to decide, do we really want to fight for that wild card spot, or do we want to say, no, we're not going to throw in the towel, and all of our guys that are going to be on this team the rest of the year are still going to get valuable experience the rest of the way, but it looks like we have a much better chance going into next year once we know what guys do at the end of this year for the rest of the year, and then find out what we get back, whether it was trade deals or who we have to maybe go after and target during the offseason as free agents to fill spots here and there. And then clearly, you got the Grayson situation. Is like, is he going to be healthy or not? Who knows? What's Wells going to be like? It's just one of those things where there's still guys that are not here yet that are injured that, how much can you actually count on them for next year?
Dave Johnson is with us here on GCR. Dave, I wonder, based on something you just said, because I think there would be an opinion of, okay, so let's just say they win today. It's now 6 in a row, and then tomorrow they make, a few trades. They trade away Mullins, O'Hearn, Morton, Sagano. There would be a take that some in this business would have that would say, well, that's gutting to this group, and it's deflating to this group, and it kills this momentum that you've just built up. Based on what you just said, where, hey, you still want to go out and do your job, is there an argument for maybe what we saw with the Tigers a year ago, where even after you make some of those trades, you're still going to have a core group of players here that you could be able to do both things? You could move on from pending free agents, but still think that this core group of players is going to compete hard and might still have enough to maybe try to turn things around in the second half.
Well, I think that the core group of guys should be aware of the fact that the club's going to do things that, if they still feel that they can compete this year, then, and maybe they don't make as many deals, who knows, or they just say, look, we believe in you guys, and we know that the club was decimated with the injuries to the lineup as well as the rotation, and that we're just really kind of, banking on you guys being even better next year. And we're going to go to win this thing next year, as opposed to, maybe hanging on a little bit and, having a very low percentage of getting a wild card spot. And look, there's a lot more people that know this club a lot more intimately. I would venture to say you probably know this club more intimately than I do, because I'm a part-time broadcaster. I don't, I'm not there every day. I don't follow it anywhere near as much as I used to when I was doing the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report, and I knew the guys that were in Bowie and Norfolk, and
right.
I knew the organization. I don't know it quite as well as I did before. So, I couldn't name you one guy in the rotation in Norfolk. I don't know.
Well, but part of the reason you can't is because there's not much there. I mean, that's the reality, right? The reality is there's not a lot of pitching in this system.
Right.
Let me go this way, right? What you've seen from Trevor Rogers specifically. Because, Dave, I'll tell you one thing that I look at, whether it's this year somehow or more likely next year, it still feels like this team is missing top of the rotation starting pitching. That you just can't nickel and dime your way to doing this to compete for a World Series title. When you watch what Trevor Rogers has done of late, do you start to buy in that, like, this is real, that he really has the talent to be that caliber of pitcher? Because the numbers in the last couple of months are certainly someone that is a top-ish of the rotation type of pitcher.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily it's a small sample size, but it's been a very consistent sample size since he's been back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's been start after start after start. You're like, this is who this guy is right now. And nobody's that guy, whoever that guy is, nobody's that guy their whole career. I mean, even the best of the best have down years. They have down 6-game slots. They have, their ups and downs throughout the course of their career. So I don't even understand really the top of the rotation situation thing, because one guy is not enough. So, you can have Nolan Ryan at his best or Cy Young at his best, but you better have 7 or 8 more guys, because one guy can't pitch every day.
And they're all getting hurt, right?
I don't really buy into the top of the rotation guy, because anybody could be that guy. I guess what I'm saying. And the way Rogers is pitching right now, if there was a playoff game tomorrow, or we had the 1-game playoff tomorrow, I'm throwing Rogers.
Oh yeah, he's the starter. There's no doubt about it.
You know what I mean? He's my guy. He's pitching like a top of the rotation guy right now. Will that be the case 4 starts from now, or next year, or 2 years from now? Who knows?
What about, so Zach Eflin's a weird one, because I think most of us still think he's going to get dealt before tomorrow because he's a pending free agent. But there is a world where maybe they don't like the offers for Zach Eflin. They hold on to him. They give him a qualifying offer. Depending on how he pitches the rest of the year, maybe he takes it, maybe he doesn't. They can get a draft pick as compensation. You saw a better version of Zach Eflin last week, and it's so wild to me because, again, we keep talking about the same concept. We have seen a year ago he was brilliant when they acquired him at the deadline. This year he was a mess. Like, what is Zach Eflin?
Right, and the stuff looks the same to me.
Really?
When I look at velocity, I look at movement. I'm like, there's such a fine line between being successful and not. That's the difference maker, of course, and it's consistency over a period of time. That makes it very, very hard to play at this level and play at this level for more than 3 to 5 years, let alone to have an 8 to 10 or 15-year career like some of these guys have had. It's amazing because it's just really hard. And I look at a guy like Charlie Morton still throwing 95, 96 miles an hour.
Right.
And I don't see anything different the way Charlie Morton's throwing right now his last 10 starts as he did the first 10 starts. And the first 10 starts, he was awful. But now he's been pretty darn good.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's unbelievable.
It's like, what was the difference? The stuff wasn't different. He wasn't hurt. It's just baseball. It's just really weird.
It's so funny. And I think how close Steve and I are. He'll get on me all the time because I'll be critical of someone and he'll say, "No, dude, you're missing it. That's baseball. Like what he just did, that's pitching. He figured out a way to not completely blow up over the course of 5 innings when he didn't have his best stuff. That's the best thing that a pitcher can do. And we, from afar, right? Like I don't see it, but it's something. What you just said speaks to me about these conversations I constantly have with Steve about what really is a testament to pitching, which is just somehow, some way figuring it out when you're not dominant or you're not brilliant that day.
Yeah, and I think some guys have that ability to, stuff is important and stuff's great to have, but I didn't have stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out some other way. I always felt like I ended up doing it by I guess a sheer will of basically going, I know you probably don't think that I'm going to throw a fastball because my fastball's not very good, but I'm going to throw that damn thing anyway. And hopefully you're still looking for that off-speed pitch, and that somehow, some way, this 85-mile-an-hour pitch is going to surprise you enough to where you're not going to square it up and hit it hard somewhere. That was my thing. That was kind of how I pitched. Now, these other guys with the stuff that they have, and I kind of harped on it a little bit, probably too much last night, when I kept saying that I wish these guys would throw their fastball more. Because the best pitch in baseball, to me, is a well-located fastball, because that also sets up your other best pitch in baseball, which is a well-located changeup.
Right.
And if you're not getting anything over and then you have to throw your fastball, you could even locate it pretty good. But if you're 2-0 and 3-1 and they're hunting fastball, even if it's in a pretty good spot, they've already figured out that they're guessing fastball, and they've already probably eliminated inside or outside. So, you can throw a pretty good fastball and it still get hit hard because they pretty much knew you were going to throw a fastball. And that's why once you get ahead, it just makes every pitch better. And I think that everybody, for the most part, tries to finish guys off in the big leagues because all starters have 6, 7, 8 pitches now. It seems like anyway. That when people get 2 strikes on somebody, they never seem to want to throw their fastball. They always want to try to trick the guy. And the hitters know you're going to try to trick me because nobody throws their fastball with 2 strikes anymore. And I thought last night, matter of fact, the last couple games that I did, the guys, for whatever reason, were throwing some fastballs in like 0-2, 1-2 counts and throwing the ball right by really good hitters because those good hitters know that nobody throws fastballs with 2 strikes anymore. They always try to trick me. They try to throw that slider. They try to throw the curveball or a splitter. And the guys are waiting a little bit more. You throw these, and plus with these guys with 95 to 97, I mean, if you got a guy who's pretty much thinking you're going to throw an off-speed pitch because almost everybody does now with 2 strikes, your fastball at 95 to 97 is like 102.
Yeah. What do you do about that? What do you do about that? You're done. You're done 100%. Right. So I'll wrap with this then, Dave. To the point, I don't think Brandon Young was brilliant last night, but he pitched. He got the job done. And a system that doesn't have a lot of pitchers, as we talked about earlier, did you see things that made you say, not that I think he's going to be, as we talked about, top of the rotation type of pitcher, but that he can figure it out to be a major league pitcher in the coming season?
No doubt about that. I think actually his last 2 starts, but I thought his last night was even better to the extent that, first of all, he didn't blow up. And you were talking about where you talked with Steve about that. Sometimes, guys just blow up. They just, it's not going well, and they don't know how to handle it, and they basically try to continue to do things that weren't working before, and that's probably not going to work. You have to try something different. But I thought by him throwing this fastball late, and then when you put that in the mind of hitters that, look, I'll throw you an 0-2 or 1-2 fastball, and by the way, I'll throw it for a strike. Well, that gets around the league. The hitters have all the charts. They have all your different tendencies on what you do. And I would venture to say that 95% of the hitters know that whatever pitcher is out there, especially starters, because most of your relievers are 2-pitch pitchers now, but your starters who have that 4 to 5 to 6 pitch repertoire, you pretty much know that when a guy gets you 0-2 or 1-2.
Oh, Dave, did we lose you? Oh, no. Oh, man. I think we just lost Dave. I apologize. Oh, Dave, you there?
Coming less velocity. Yeah.
Dave, it's been great hearing you on the broadcast the last couple of weeks. Is there anything we can plug for you besides being back out playing golf the next couple of days?
I'm good. You don't have to plug anything for me. Just, hit Steve up and go to his optimalbaseball.com, and he loves working with the kids and stuff. So if you have a youngster that's
he's amazing. I can't stress this enough. He's amazing with these kids. Like, it's unbelievable the patience that he has, and it blows me away every time I'm up there. Optimalbaseball.com. Dave, appreciate you, sir. Hit him straight. Let's talk again real soon. All right.
All right, Glenn.
Thanks, buddy. Dave Johnson with us here on GCR. All right, Griffin, can we take a break here, or what do we need to do? You tell me. He's got to deal with something real quick, and then he'll tell me what we're doing. I never know what we're doing back here. This is the difficulty about being out here by myself. I know the Orioles. I know what they're doing. They're scoring 3 runs in the first inning. They got Adley Rutschman hitting home run. No, sorry, Adley Rutschman hitting a sac fly, and Ryan O'Hearn hitting a home run. We like everything about that. Those are good things. So 3-0 lead already in the first inning. Is this Ryan O'Hearn's final game as an Oriole? Most of us seem to think so. He's leaving a mark, if that's the case, with a line drive bomb for a home run in the first inning. All right, so we're not taking a break is what I'm assuming, Griffin. We're staying right here.
We'll stay
All right,
here.
very good.
Thank you.
There's another cool event. Did you get the text? Thank you. Thank you very much. Another cool event that's coming up in Baltimore on Friday night. And I'm taking my family when we get back into town. And if you are lucky enough to have gotten tickets, then you're going to be hearing this man's voice, I assume, on the ESPN broadcast, because I believe Friday night is ESPN, Saturday night is ESPN2. For the Savannah Bananas, you'll be hearing his voice as well. He is the PA announcer for the Savannah Bananas, who are coming to Camden Yards this weekend. He's Mark Ediss, and he's with us this morning here on GCR. I guess it's this afternoon in Baltimore. Mark, good morning, good afternoon. I'm out in Vegas. I'm Glenn. It's great to meet you. Thank you for taking the time for us.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you giving us some time. Yeah, this is going to be a big weekend here in Baltimore. Really excited to be here. I'm from the South Jersey area, so these last couple of weeks are going to be, haven't been in Philly and coming to Baltimore this weekend. We're really, really stoked about it and cannot wait to put on a couple of great shows starting on Friday afternoon, or Friday night and Saturday.
Mark, can you give me an idea, your history, right, of how you got involved with the Savannah Bananas, what you knew about them when you got involved, how you've watched this phenomenon grow and have been a part of it? Can you just tell me a little bit about your story with the Savannah Bananas?
I sure can. So I am a 20-plus year radio guy myself. I've moved all over this God's green earth. I ended up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin back in 2014, and the beauty of radio is you could be doing fantastic things, and one day you walk in your office and they say, come on in here to HR, Mark, and you get blown out after 8 months for no reason whatsoever. I'm sure you've seen how that works out.
Oh,
Turns out it was terrible at the time, but it turns out it took me, 6 months off of work for a little bit, went back to Jersey, regrouped with my family, my wife and my kids, and it put me in Savannah, Georgia, September of 2015. And when I got there to do afternoon drive at a radio station in town, the Savannah Bananas were, they weren't a thing yet, but the single A or double A team for the New York Mets, called the Savannah Sand Gnats, were in Savannah, and nobody was going to their games. And so then they in turn asked the city of Savannah for a new ballpark. The city of Savannah said no way, and they took off for Columbia, South Carolina. This is literally a month after I got into town, and so I was like, okay. And then about a week after that, a Facebook page pops up, says Savannah Baseball 2016, and I just spammed the heck out of it. I was like, I need to be your PA announcer. I need to be your DJ. And I get a message back about 2 weeks after that, and they say, we don't even know what we're doing yet, but we have your information. We'll get in touch. About a month after that, they announced an event at the convention center in Savannah, talking about what they're going to do. So a bunch of people went to this thing. I luckily got Jesse Cole, who's the owner of the Bananas, the founder. I got him to come on my afternoon radio show. We talked about what's going to come. And this is, again, before they were announced as the Bananas. They just knew a team was going to come to town. And then Jesse came on my show and gave me an interview or an audition rather, to be a PA announcer. And I've been there ever since. Never let anybody else audition.
Wow.
So, and then a couple weeks after that, they announced the Savannah Bananas name, and, history was born. It's a great thing to have been part from literally the ground up, from the very first pitch as a franchise to where we are now. Is absolutely the biggest glow up ever, and it's just amazing, and the things that we're able to do and the smiles we're able to put on people's faces on a daily basis. It's really awesome.
So I wanted to talk about that, Mark, right? Because I think a lot of us started hearing about this thing, years ago, but we still weren't fully sure what it was. When did it strike you the first time how special it was, what you were involved with? Maybe you didn't know it was going to grow to this level, but when was the first time that you said, dude, we're doing something that's resonating with people in a way that, like, it's hard to fully define? When was the first time that hit you?
Yeah, the first 5 years we were a collegiate summer league team in the CPL, Coastal Plain League, and so we were playing, I say real baseball, because what we're doing now is banana ball. It's our
banana
own thing.
ball,
it's
right?
a different spin. But the first 5 years we're playing, longer games. We're playing, these kids were coming from colleges, and they're taking summers off to play in Savannah, and in front of 5,000 people, sold out every single game. And, they were loving that. But Jesse Cole said, once you get to the point where your games are 3.5, almost 4 hours long, people are leaving halfway through, people are leaving before the end. And that's because there are parts of the game that are boring. They just are. The stepping out of the box, the mounds, the visits to the mound for the pitching coaches and the managers, and the pitching changes and the walks, and you name it. There are tons of reasons that baseball is a boring sport, and especially in this day and age, where the kids' attention spans are this big. And I have a 15-year-old, and he's been around since he was 5 years old with the banana stuff. But just needed to find a way to grow the game and make it less boring and way more exciting. And banana ball was born. Jesse Cole was, he just had a vision in his head, and this guy's mind is always running. He always has ideas. He doesn't sleep. I don't know how he sleeps or when he sleeps, but can't be much. But I would have never in a million years thought that, we'd go from selling out our stadium, 5,000 people in Savannah every night, to, eventually 81,000 at Clemson's football stadium. and, doing NFL stadiums, selling them out. Carolina, we did 2 games at the Panthers ballpark at the stadium there. And then, now we're doing 2 nights in all the major league parks. I'd be lying if I said I knew we'd do that. But man, the fans are the best. They really have come to appreciate the unique rules that we have in banana ball. And it's turned into something that I can't explain. It's just unique, man. Like there's no dead. I went to the Orioles game last night, a bunch of us, and I'll tell you, once you come to a Bananas game, you can't go to a regular game anymore, and you'll be like, oh, what is
it's
happening?
ruined for you. Yeah,
it's really strange. And so, yeah, I would just say the number one thing that I want to tell people, if you've never been and you're coming for the first time to Baltimore this weekend, you're going to see things on the baseball field you've never seen before. You're going to hear music nonstop. I use my old radio training, no dead air ever. So like I'm playing a song or a sound clip or a movie clip, or I'm saying something stupid in between every single pitch. There is not a second of dead air. You're going to see things, happening every second. It really is overload on what sensory overload on what you're going to get. But it's so much fun. The crowd's amazing. The crowds have been loud, and I expect Camden Yards to be the same because, man, I grew up coming to these games. I've been here in Citizens Bank Park a lot, and I can't wait to play here this weekend.
Mark Shark Ediss with us here on GCR.
Yes,
Mark, you bring it up, right? Like, inevitably, and this will be my first time, right? Taking my family.
Okay.
And we've all watched, we've all seen clips, we've all, some people I'm sure have watched full games on ESPN.
Right.
But for people that are going for the first time, that just said, I want to be a part of this, it's a phenomenon, I have to get tickets. What is it? How do you describe to them what it is that they're going to witness, whether it's Friday or Saturday night at Camden Yards?
I think it's the best word is unique. Again, it's going to be loud. I want you to be ready to sing every single song because you'll know every song I'm playing. You're going to want to sing. You're going to want to get out of your seat and dance around. You're going to see others doing that. When I walked around the ballpark last night at Camden Yards, it is, obviously there's baseball purists and they love going to see their Orioles and all that, and that's great. I love that. I love that for you. I love that for everybody that is. But man, it just felt like it's like they were just wishing something was going to happen outside of just what's on the field because the game was it's 2-2 going to the 9th inning, to the bottom of the 8th, and the Orioles took the lead and it got cool. But yeah, I mean, so you're always going to have something to do. You're going to sing, you're going to dance, you're going to see our breakdancing first base coach. I'm playing songs for him to just go crazy too. Our dancing umpire, Vincent Chapman, he's going to be, every single second after he calls a pitch, he's going to be dancing.
He is a star, that guy.
So he's my roommate. He's my best friend. We room everywhere we go on the road. He is a nutcase, and I love him. I mean that in the best way possible, but man, he is crazy out there. But you're going to see things that you're like, what is happening? Why is that happening over here during the pitch? And why is this guy doing this? And so that's the thing. You can't really don't even take a break. Don't try going to the bathroom because you're going to miss 10 things. I mean, so you got to get that out of the way before you even get to your seat. Once you come to your seat, just stay there, send somebody else, and go get your food or whatever because you're going to miss things. You just never know what you're going to see during a banana show, and that's what the cool thing is. I play the Whopper, Whopper, Whopper jingle, and people sing it like crazy. It's the funniest thing ever. We give away donuts to a guy who strikes out on the other team. I get 41,000 people chanting donut, and it's the funniest thing. They'll chant anything I say. Just I'm telling you, get ready to sing, get ready to hear songs. Maybe there's a couple I'll play that you haven't heard in a while, and you'd be like, dang, he pulled one out of the. But there's just something I can't explain it. I'm glad you're getting to see it. It's just going to be one of those things where you're like, man, I want you to walk out of that ballpark on Friday night going, I want to go back. I need to be there again. I want to see what I missed, and I want to experience it again. That's the thing. I want people to come back saying, man, I want to do that again. That was a great night, one of the best nights of my life. That's what I'm hoping you leave with when you leave our show every night.
I love that. That is so cool. I know there's been a lot of guest players in various stops this summer.
Yeah.
I know you probably can't give anything away, but should we assume that maybe there might be an Orioles hero or something that might make an appearance at some point this weekend?
You are correct. I cannot give anything away, but it's a safe assumption that you might see somebody that you're a fan of as an O's fan. Yeah.
I would love. That's all I can give you. I think a lot of folks around here have some guesses as to who it might be, and we'll see if that's the way that it plays out.
That's all I'm saying.
Yep, I get it.
It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a great time.
I'm really.
That's the art of the tease, brother. The tease.
My kids are so fired up about this, right? This is And I think that's the cool thing. I also, it's funny, Mark, because we'll bring it up. Like a lot of people will say, like, is this bad for? I'm like, this is great for baseball. Baseball's not going to be what you guys do. That's okay, right? Like, they're two different things.
Yeah, we're not. Correct. Yeah, we're not. There's room for both, absolutely. And the purists, we've definitely heard from the purists. But again, it's for. And again, this may or may not be harsh. To the people that are on TikToks and making these TikToks bashing the Savannah Bananas, saying, "Oh, they're ruining the game. They're bad for the game." Those people they clearly don't enjoy fun, and that's I can't help that. Nobody can help that. All we can do is, the bottom line is the people that come to our games and they experience what we're doing, they leave, I guarantee, thinking, "Man, that was a great night, and man, I can't wait to do it again." And that's all we can do on our end.
I can't wait to experience it, man. Mark, as a radio guy who's been through a lot of that, congratulations, man. Like,
thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's really cool having this as a new full-time job. Since 3 years ago, this is now my full-time gig. This is amazing, and I'm very blessed to have, again, been here from the ground up. It's really cool.
That is awesome, and I'm happy for you, and it's really cool that you get to experience this and live it every day and be a part of the show and making memories for everyone. That is incredibly special, so I'm happy for you. Is there anything that we can plug?
Thanks.
You want people to follow you on social media somewhere?
Yeah, Shark. So yeah, Shark is Bananas on the mic. It wasn't that long originally, but Shark on the mic got hacked and they gave crypto information away, which I never do. And yeah, so now it's one that rolls right off your tongue. Shark is Bananas on the mic. That's TikTok, Instagram, and all that good stuff. I do want to say one thing, because I'd be remiss if I didn't. My wife and my kids, if I did not have their blessing to travel as much as I do and be away from them as much as I do, I couldn't be doing what I'm doing. So Sarah, Anthony, Ben, Alyssa, I love you guys so much. And I'll also say the Bananas let me take my wife and kids whenever I'm able and whenever their schedule allows on the road with me. So it's a really cool thing that they get to experience as well. And my son, Ben, has been around this since he was 5 years old. It's really special, man.
Luckiest kid in the world. Luckiest kid in the world, right? Like, that's awesome.
I'm the luckiest guy in the world, Glenn.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Mark, and seriously, congratulations. This is a brutal business, man. This is it is a ringer, and for you to have this opportunity and to be able to make the most of it, man, that's an awesome story for everybody to hear, right? Like, you just never know how it's going to work out, and when you showed up in Savannah, Georgia, you had no idea this was going to be the case. That's incredible, man.
Not a clue.
Mark, looking forward to it.
Well,
I'll be over there Friday
the
night. Can't wait to see it. Thank you for spending time with us this morning, man, and continued success with everything you're doing, all right?
I hope to meet you on Friday, man. Please come see me or get somebody to get a hold of me. I would love to meet you as well, man. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy yourself. I know you will.
Awesome. Mark Ediss, Savannah Bananas, PA announcer, and what a show that is, and looking forward to being out there. I was told yesterday that, like, they made a couple of tickets available, because I know they have been highly in demand and sold out very quickly. I think all of those were gobbled up again, but I believe the deal is if you signed up for the ticket sale the first time, I think they've been, like, reaching out to some people that had signed up and were not given the opportunity to buy tickets. So I think you never know. Pay attention, check your email. There might be a chance for you to still get some. Griffin, are you going at all this weekend?
It was not. I mean, it wasn't in any of my original plans, just because I didn't go through the whole, the process and everything. So I was not necessarily planning on it, but yeah, prices are going down. It looks like a little bit in terms of, like, the resale tickets. So
no, the resale tickets were outrageous. Yeah, they were outrageous.
I wasn't planning on it.
Well, there was actually a point at which my wife said maybe you should just sell the tickets, like, because that's how much the tickets were going for. Like, maybe you should just take the money. No, we're gonna go. We're gonna go have a great time. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel. Maybe I'll see all the videos and stuff, all the clips coming out Friday and Saturday, and I'm gonna be kicking myself.
I mean, it's obviously gonna. Adam's definitely one of the guest players, right? Like, that's.
Yeah. I mean, if Sean Casey was coming out, maybe Cal come out. I don't know. Like, not.
I mean, that could be an option, but Adam's here.
Well,
like, he's in town.
Yeah. You think Adam's gonna, like, be catching doing a flip into a catch? Oh,
behind the back. Yeah, I could see him try to do a trick. Yeah. I think they only hit, right? They don't normally have those. Do those guys go in the field too?
Yeah. Or did one of them? Did Chris Carpenter, like, throw a pitch or something? Did he pitch a little bit, or did he?
Oh, you know what? I think they've done a bit where, like, somebody throws the first pitch, like, but it's the ceremonial first pitch counts.
Oh,
counts, right? Like, it's. I think that's part of what they do with there. It's great stuff, man. It's great stuff. What's not great is the Dean Kramer giving 2 right back. So it's a 3-2 game there. We will see if the Orioles can hang on and get a 6th straight win. We got one more segment to go. We'll come back in. We'll get a tidbit. We'll get tubular, and we will wind things down. Today's show is also brought to you by the Maryland 5-Star. Maryland 5-Star with a number 5, maryland5star.us to get your tickets. The Maryland 5-Star is back at Fair Hill in Cecil County this fall. It is a celebration of the fall in the state of Maryland. It's both the Triple Crown of Equestrian, one of the top sporting events in the world, but on top of that, it's the Corgi Cup, it's the ponies, it's the Food and Wine Festival. It's everything that you love about fall in Maryland, all in one location. Maryland 5-Star with the number 5, maryland5star.us to get your tickets right now.
Feeling sluggish, unfocused, or not like yourself? It could be low testosterone. At Game Day Men's Health, we specialize in testosterone replacement therapy to help men boost energy, improve mood, and regain confidence. Our treatments, including testosterone cypionate, are safe, natural, and tailored to fit your lifestyle with weekly injections or pellet therapy. Get started today with a free testosterone test and feel the difference. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Game Day Men's Health, where men reclaim their game.
Make the most out of every day in your Toyota RAV4. Available in hybrid or gas-only models. A RAV4 can get you where you want to go in style. Check out buyatoyota.com for deals on new RAV4s from your local Toyota dealer today.
For fans of the Costas Inn, and who isn't, I have some great news. Now there's a second location to go along with 4100 North Point Boulevard. This one is at the Timonium OTB. This is Stan the Fan, and I have been a fan of the Costas Inn and Triantafalo's family for going on 30 years. They're open for lunch and dinner, same great Costas feel, same great menu and quality food you've been enjoying for well over 50 years. The exact address on your GPS is 2200 York Road, and their phone number at the new location is 667-406-1975. If you're new to the Costas experience, get ready for a real treat. All wrapped up in a new spacious dining room in Timonium at the OTB. If you want steamed crabs, you have them, and the full menu at 4100 North Point Boulevard. The number for reservations there at Costas, 410-477-1975.
Need a trophy or award that's as unique as the achievement? Look no further than Crown Trophy. With locations in Owings Mills and Gaithersburg, they specialize in custom trophies, plaques, and medals for any occasion. From sports and academic awards to employee recognition and corporate gifts, visit crowntrophy.com today and let them help you create a lasting memory for your school, team, or business. Crown Trophy is a proud supporter of the Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association. crowntrophy.com.
The latest edition of Press Box is available now. On the cover, we celebrate the first ever Baltimore basketball player to reach the Naismith Hall of Fame as we talk to those who knew Carmelo Anthony best about how his Baltimore upbringing shaped his legendary career. Also inside, Bo Smolka profiles Ravens second-round pick Mike Green, and find our annual summer travel section with information on some of the best sporting events and activities in Maryland that your family can check out all summer long. Press Box is available for free at over 500 locations throughout the region, including 60 Royal Farm stores. Or you can read the entire issue online at PressBoxOnline.com, where you can also find great betting advice and the best daily coverage of the Orioles, Ravens, and Terps.
One of the things that's definitely wrong with this country is that this dude still has a job somehow, some way. Glenn Clark.
Welcome back to Glenn Clark Radio.
I'm here. I'm probably Joe's still here. Joe, come back and say it. Joe's still hanging out with us today. Joe's still here. You can still come back, and we're wrapping up the show at this point. We got one more segment to go. So, the other day I didn't have any guests here with me, so I just sat out on one of those lounge chairs and just lounged and did the show on Monday. And it was the greatest show that I think I've ever done in my life. I don't know how it sounded, but for me, it was wonderful.
It's a good spot for sure.
It is a really, it's hard to put into words how cool all of this is. Now, the problem is they took the Orioles game, Griffin, off the center screen, which probably
why would
means
they do that?
Well, I'm guessing that means someone down low is like a big Diamondbacks fan, because they put the Diamondbacks game on the center, or a Tigers fan.
Or is it
and
that,
so
is it that, or did somebody put like a $50,000 on the Diamondbacks?
Correct, and so that's what they're sweating right now. So they instead put the Orioles on one of these side screens, which is still plenty big enough. Like, we're up at the top of Stadium Swim, And I'm telling you, you can see everything just fine. I can still read that Vladimir Guerrero is at the plate and Dean Kramer's on the mound. I can see all of that from the screen, even though it's not even on the center screen. That's how massive these screens are here at stadiums.
10 times the size of the TV you have in your living room.
I think it's significantly more than that. I think it's like,
I mean, that's massive.
yeah, it's just an incredible, incredible atmosphere. So if you're thinking about it, Maryland's playing out here in November. It'd be a good time for you to get out here and check out Stadium Swim at the Circa in downtown Las Vegas. So I just learned something new about you were telling me about how your dad didn't know anything about lacrosse until you started playing.
Yeah.
And
age 5, we started playing at Cockeysville, and he just fell in love with it. He loved the fact that it's nonstop.
Yep.
Loved the physicality, the hitting involved with it.
So did he work with you? Did he like pick up a stick?
No, he didn't know anything. we got him a stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, he couldn't really do anything. But we would go, to back rack racing.
Yeah.
Get our stuff, and yeah, he loved it. He was all about kids playing multiple sports. I hate this whole club thing that we've gotten into in the past decade and a half. For my day job, I help high school kids get recruited for college.
Okay.
And the things that these kids are told at the club level that you have to play and you have to do it year round is the biggest bunch of BS I've ever heard in my life.
Boy, I love hearing you say that.
I tell families, you know why they want your kid to play year round? Because they want your money year round.
Correct.
That's the only reason.
Profit.
You talk to college coaches, they're looking for that multiple sport athlete.
Just because, and I've heard, by the way, I've heard this, not like that they love what it does for you and how you learn different things and how it's translatable.
Yep.
We've talked a few times. Who was it? Oh, Jared Bernhardt. I don't know if you never knew Jared. Jared played lacrosse at Maryland, ended up playing wide receiver with the Falcons for a little bit, was a quarterback at like a division at Ferris State, I want to say, won a national championship at the Division II level. And like we've talked about how it's translatable. Like,
absolutely,
that you become a better lacrosse player because of the experience that you had on the football field.
Yep.
And I'm assuming for you it was vice versa as well.
That all carries over. I mean, even basketball translates to, to the lacrosse field. And, wrestlers, great, the linemen that wrestle in college.
Yep.
Or wrestle in high school and go to college and play football. It's huge for them.
Famously, Ray Lewis was one of the greatest prep wrestlers of all time in the state of Florida.
Raced all his dad's records.
Yep, 100%, man. Like he.
But yeah, the college coaches, when in the recruiting world that I'm in, they love the multiple sport kids. They know they're going to have probably less burnout. There's going to be less overuse injury.
That's a great point.
And then, like we said, the playing different sports, the hand-eye coordination, the cutting, the stopping, everything's going to translate over. So they get excited about it, as college coaches do. So if you're a parent and your club coach is telling you has to play year-round, ask him at the coach if he wants to pay you year-round.
And then you can have him, right? 100%.
We know how far that'll go.
You've been made the governor of lacrosse. I don't know who that. I guess right now it's Paul Rabel's probably the closest thing we have to a governor of lacrosse. But
that's a fair statement.
You've been made the governor of lacrosse for a day.
Oh, okay.
How are you changing the sport for the better? One thing that you can do.
I'd bring the physicality back in.
Okay. Have you liked that they brought back the crease dive?
Yeah, that's fine. But coaching at the high school level out here for 10 years, like every little hit is a penalty.
Well, when I call games now, I just assume anytime there's a hit, I just assume.
I mean, I understand these hard hits to the head.
Mhm.
Of course, that's a penalty. We can't have that in the game. But you're still allowed to. You should be able to, hit a guy from 5 yards away. If he has the ball, you can't, destroy him when he doesn't have the ball. But that's how the sport came to be. It's it was a war.
Right.
Back in the day when the American Indians were starting it.
Yep.
Right?
Have you read S.L. Price's book about the history of lacrosse? Have you read that by chance?
No.
I'm going to try. I might have a PDF copy. I'll send to you. It's amazing. It's truly incredible about the Haudenosaunee and how the game came about. It's an amazing book. I'll try to get that to you.
I love this sport. And my dad, when we were little, he used to tell us, don't play football.
Really?
Yep. He's like, you're going to get your beat up. You're going to have, you won't be able to move when you get older. The thing you were always telling us to do is play golf. Like golf, golf, and Chad did it. Chad followed.
Chad's still working with the Ravens, right?
No. Chad, he left the Ravens probably maybe 4 or 5 years ago now.
All right.
But yeah, Chad actually took my dad's advice and got into golf big time.
Dude, if there's a
played in college and he, he still plays recreationally,
right,
but he'll still go out there after 3 months off and shoot like a 74. Like, you're a jerk.
Yeah, that's what I shoot on the front 9. That's what I shoot through 9 holes. And then I say, we're good, right? We don't need to continue the day. We can call it right here, right, everybody?
But now I play it all the time living out here.
Oh, I can
I
imagine.
play year round. It's at least once a week. If I can play 2-3 times, even better.
That's cool. That's
Love
cool. All right, let's. We're gonna wind down for the day. Let's get a tidbit, and then we'll get to be able to wrap things up. Tidbit is brought to you today by Game Day Men's Health in Owings Mills, Frederick, and Columbia. Men of a certain age, we just don't feel the way that we felt in our 20s. We wake up one day and we say, "Why is it so painful for me to get out of bed? Why am I making noises?" Like, it's just the way that it works. You get a little bit older, you go through those things. Game Day Men's Health is there to help you and talk to you about what it might be. Is it low T? They'll give you a complimentary testosterone test. It might not be that. I thought I might be low T. As it turns out, I'm super T. I have all the T in the world, but I still feel the way that I feel. So they put me on peptide treatment, and that's been great for me, just a little bit of extra protein. Unfortunately, men of a certain age deal with other things, right? You might deal with performance issues in the bedroom, stubborn belly fat that won't come off. They've got you covered. Give them a call. Game Day Men's Health in Columbia, 443-266-3505. I mentioned Game Day Men's Health in Owings Mills. That's the location that I go to, 443-264-4454, or Game Day Men's Health for those of you that are out west in Frederick. You can give them a phone call right now for 240-931-3717. And as always, visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com. What you got, Griffin?
So about this happened about 10 minutes ago. The Angels made a trade, and kind of interesting, I guess, just because the Angels technically buying. I guess they added 2 relievers from the Nationals, Luis Garcia, and the other was Andrew Chafin. So the thing that makes it notable, Andrew Chafin, he has now been dealt in 5 of the last 6 trade deadlines. So,
how about
just
that?
Always on the move. Yeah.
You're saying he's Mr. Trade Deadline.
He's Mr. Trade Deadline, yes.
Like Brooks Robinson was Mr. Oriole, Andrew Chafin is Mr. Trade Deadline.
Correct. So yeah, he's an Angel now, and I guess the Angels are going for it. And someone else just pointed out they only have a 4% chance, according to Fangraphs, to make the playoffs. So interesting for the Angels. Go for it.
Well, they see the Orioles coming, and they have to do something
I
about
guess
that.
So. I suppose that's the case. Earlier this week as well, while we're talking about the Angels, Mike Trout, he joined the 1,000 RBI club, and he became the 9th active player with 1,000 RBIs.
9th active player with 1,000 RBIs.
Correct. Who were the 8 other active players with 1,000 ribby?
Boy, that is a good Giancarlo Stanton.
Stanton is yes, he is there. Over 1,100 for Giancarlo.
Is JD Martinez still active?
I don't think we're counting him. No.
Okay. I mean, I genuinely don't know the answer to that question.
There could also be a chance he's not quite there. Is that?
What about Paul Goldschmidt?
Paul Goldschmidt is on the list.
Okay.
Second most among active players, Paul Goldschmidt.
Is Manny on the list?
Manuel Machado is on the list. He is 7th most. He's just 5 behind Giancarlo.
What about Bryce Harper?
Bryce Harper is on the list. He also he also joined the club earlier this season.
How about Salvador Perez?
Salvi is he will be the next to join the club. Only 979 for Salvador Perez, 10th most among active players.
Arenado.
Arenado is on the list, top 3 among active players.
Did I say Freddie Freeman?
You did not. He is number 1, the active leader in RBI.
Okay. I should have started there. Yeah, that makes sense.
1,286 for Freddie Freeman.
How many do I still need to get?
1, 2, 2.
2. 2. All right, give me something so we don't sit here like idiots.
They're both definitely like any year now could be their last. Like they're older guys.
Oh, Andrew McCutchen. Andrew McCutchen.
Yep, Andrew McCutchen. 4th.
Yeah, how is he still playing baseball? That's unbelievable.
I guess
how is he still playing
he's
baseball?
probably the Pirates' best hitter too, which is also unbelievable.
That's unreal.
Which is
and then
it says more about the Pirates
all right,
front office.
Just tell me who the other one is, so we don't have to sit here for forever.
We saw him last week? Cleveland Guardian Carlos Santana over.
Oh, Carlos Santana. Yeah, I probably should have gotten that. That's fair. That's fair.
Carlos Santana. And, Salvador Perez will be the next to join that list. Other guys with over 900 RBIs are Marcelo Zuna, Jose Ramirez, and Eugenio Suarez. Oh, and Nick Castellanos also.
And Suarez hasn't been traded yet, correct?
Correct. Not yet, but it sounds like things are getting pretty things are heating up. The stove is warm.
All right. Tidbit was also brought to you by the Stan the Fan Variety Hour. Again, special edition of the show tomorrow, as they'll be doing a trade deadline recap show. I believe that will be at night at 7 o'clock. Stan, Ross, and Luke recapping whatever happens or does not happen at the trade deadline.
And I should give you credit. So apparently JD Martinez is still technically active because he's listed as a free agent. He just wasn't on my list here, and he does have over 1,000 RBIs.
Well, I couldn't have told you if he was. I don't need credit for that because that was a pure guess. I had no idea if JD Martinez. And if he's a free agent, then he's not active. I don't think that counts. Stan Shows is always brought to you by the Costas Inn and the all-new Costas Inn, now open in Timonium at the Grandstand. Let's get tubular.
Okay, everybody, it's going to be quick today.
What was the main focus today, Coach?
Fundamentals, ball control. It's always huge.
Any early thoughts on the competition this year?
Well, look, this is the best of the best players in the world. It's going to be an amazing tournament.
Tournament?
Yeah, the BMW Championship at Caves Valley. What are you guys talking about? All they ever ask me about is football.
Of course, Orioles, Blue Jays wrapping up their series right now. Dean Kramer on the mound. The Orioles in front 3-2. That's on Masson. Tonight, you can check out Samuel Basayo. He is playing, correct?
For
last time they were on TV, he wasn't playing, but he played this weekend, so I'm hoping that means he's playing.
I think they're just
the Tides take on Memphis at 6:30 on Masson. Everything else, go to glennclarkradio.com. Sports-wise, you can find it there. Nothing significant. Anything non-sports-wise that matters?
What's today? Wednesday. Let's see. What matters? Jason Momoa and Hassan Minaj will be on Jimmy Fallon.
Promoting Fantastic Four, obviously.
Oh, really? Okay,
yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Good for them. MasterChef, Always Sunny, South Park. And we got a Mr. and Mrs. Murder on Hulu. This one could potentially be one up your alley here. The mysterious disappearance of a Tallahassee man named Mike Williams. He did not come back from a duck hunting trip, and people were like, "Oh, maybe he was killed by an alligator." It turns out like he was having like an affair with his wife, and it looks and he was murdered. So Mr. and Mrs. Murder on Hulu.
He was having an affair with his wife? That seems unlikely.
With the alligator.
Oh, with the alligator. That's much more unlikely, but I appreciate that.
That's on Hulu. And then a movie on Prime Video called War of the Worlds. And this looks like... so Ice Cube is the main star, and he must have lost a bet or something. This movie looks terrible. It's like aliens attack the Earth, and Ice Cube is like, I don't know, trying to defend the Earth. Like he's trying to be like the hero here. But... it's like, you know that movie Searching with who is it, John?
Yeah,
where it's like
I know
all
what you're
on
talking
the laptop. It's all on the laptop. That's what this movie is. It's all like Ice Cube, like in a little face cam of him trying to defeat the aliens.
Oh God, that sounds awful. Oh, that truly sounds terrible. My God.
Ava Longoria's in it. So is Clark Gregg.
Well, I mean, I like her.
Yeah, but it looks bad.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
That's all right. Video.
Hey, thanks today to Joe Unitas. Great to see you.
Thanks for the invite.
Again, we've linked up the book, Unitas to Unitas. If you haven't picked it up yet, make sure you do that. It's an awesome read. You can see it on our Twitter account, @GlennClarkRadio. Thanks also today to Mark Ediss. Thanks to Dave Johnson. And I guess to Drew. We'll get all that up in the greatest hits section of the...
Let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler/golfer alive. Let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler/golfer alive.
Tab at GlennClarkRadio.com. Back in studio tomorrow, so normal time. I know. I'm so sorry. Griffin's been enjoying the time with me away. He'd rather be in Vegas, but he hasn't minded not having me there.
Griffin, you're here next time, buddy, for
Yes.
sure. There's plenty of couch space.
There is plenty of couch space here. And I could have used a producer here, if I'm being totally honest. Joe's like wandering around. There's nothing I can do.
And you're like,
I could have used a producer out here. Tomorrow, anything?
I think we're going to try to go to Bowie. Nestor Herman. I think we're going to try to catch up with him from the Bay Sox.
All right. And Stuff and Things on the program tomorrow. Thanks to everybody at PressBox, all of our great sponsors and partners. Appreciate all of you. Thanks to Griffin at Griffin_Bass. Follow us, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Glenn Clark Radio. And hey, a huge shout out to Aaron Oster and the staff here at the Circa in Las Vegas. They have been unbelievable to me this week. They have treated me like a star, and it's meant the world. I really encourage you, if you're headed out to Vegas, this is an amazing place here at Stadium Swim. I cannot say enough about how awesome this atmosphere is. Come out here in November, see the Terps, and check out Stadium Swim while you're here. And make sure you get in for Circus Survivor and Grandissimo, all of those great games they have going on here. It's an awesome place. We will see you tomorrow back in studio. Have a great Wednesday night. Go Birds. Duke.